Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of commodities. We're going to work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities and ETFs that I follow. I'm going to give you my financial opinion across the board. And if you guys need any help with anything, check out finding-value.com. We have a question and answer session coming up this weekend, Sunday, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we have a discount going on August in the discount coupon code if you want 50% off the 1 month, first month there. And that's good till the 15th of this month. So diving in, we're going to start with the dollar. We are stronger today, and we've been bouncing off this support level. The white line's the support line. It goes all the way back to the 80s, and we are right on top of that support level. And right now, we are strengthening today, even when yields were heading a little bit lower today. The 2-year yields slightly lower, but it's kind of more of just a sideways day today with yields on the 2-year. Again, the way that I'm looking at this, I still see lots of selling pressure in these areas that generally wants to roll over, but I don't know. It seems like there's something else going on behind the background of all this. And it's like whenever we try to break out on something with commodities, yields just rocket on up in the short term. And then they seem to relax over time. So they get these sharp bursts of interest rate increases every time we try to break. It is interesting. The 10-year yield starting to fall on back here. But again, we have momentum to the upside. And the 30-year also still has momentum to the upside, but we pulled back today. TYX-TNX ratio, flat, 0.01%. We're at a low level. This is generally a good time to be looking at precious metals if this ratio were to come up and the yield curve were to drop. So it's an uninversion of the yield curve and a yield curve that drops. The bond prices going up a little bit today. But the momentum came back down throughout the day. That's why it's a red candlestick. So we gapped up and then came back down throughout the day. Gold slightly lower, down 0.6%. We're coming back to that support level. Probably a good spot to be looking at it. Silver also coming back down 1.45%. And we're at 22.75. Platinum also selling off. This does look like we could sell off further if it wants to go a little bit lower. And you're going to get one heck of a buying opportunity. I'm going to buy it up if we get much lower than this. If we get in the low 800s, guys, that is an incredible buying opportunity, in my opinion, if it were to get down there. It still is right where it's at. 900 is a really good price. We do have momentum going to the downside, so I'd wait for that momentum to work itself up. XAU to gold ratio, people were or are positioning today in gold and silver mining companies. That's why we've got a green candlestick. It is a bullish candlestick where we could go higher in this ratio, where gold and silver mining companies could outperform gold. But we are still squeezing up in this corner, and we have not broken either to the downside or upside on this ratio yet. CRB index also moving sideways today, but we've broken the bigger pattern to the upside here. There's the breakout. CRB to S&P 500 also moving sideways, but we've broken the falling wedge to the upside here, and the momentum is to the upside. GDX slightly lower, GDXJ slightly lower, and same with SILJ. They gap lower, and the momentum's coming back up throughout the day. They did outperform the metals themselves. Crude oil, massive shift today. We were down quite big, around $80 a barrel, and we closed at $82.80. Momentum still to the upside. That's positive today, as it was almost like someone tried to attack this and just bring it down pre-market, but the buyers came in. Look at this, guys. Nice big move lower. Turn this guy, and now we had a big move to the upside throughout the day. So nice little reversal V-bottom there. Big selling pressure here. Sell that bad boy off. Nice, good reversal. ended up quite strong. So crude oil looking pretty good on the day, finishing quite strong. Nat gas also finishing strong. This actually looks pretty strong to continue higher. We'll see if we can get some movement in nat gas to the upside. XOP, yeah, you know me, finishing strong today. Nice big bullish engulfing today. Momentum's to the upside. Still looks strong in my opinion. OIH also coming back, doing that retest move back to this breakout line, and then finding strength throughout the day. You can see here on the shorter term, we had this big gap down here wherever it opened, and then it just fell down, and then we bought it back up throughout the day. That's actually bullish. It looks pretty good to go higher. So maybe we can get a good bounce here and start going back up again. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust, small little down day, sitting on top of the support region, above the 1815 level. It's 1817. Nice. Hopefully the momentum can continue upward. I'm still very bullish on uranium. URA slightly lower. If we back out here, you can see you got a little bit of resistance coming through here. I think I drew that on the weeklies there. There we go. A little bit of resistance. We just got to break through and get moving. URNM up 0.5%. Looks like we're strengthening here, and I think we could see a move up in uranium. It looks fantastic. Broken the downtrend. Fingers crossed, guys. Hopefully we can fly here. URNJ is just doing everything on steroids to some degree. We did get a nice good bounce today off the bottom. So if we go and we zoom in, we had a nice kind of sell-off, and then we came back up. Kind of a V-bottom, so to speak. TAN also gap down. Momentum's coming to the upside here in the short term. There we are with TAN, and hopefully we can gain some momentum and turn this all around. Not that I really need to. I don't really have a stake in TAN. COPX down a little bit today, but the momentum is heading back up. We'll see if we can get some momentum to the upside. We can see that it reversed throughout the day today. We kind of went lower, and then we came all the way back up. But we gapped down in the beginning of the day, so it's still a down day. Lithium did the same thing, gap down, momentum's coming back up. And it still looks good. We're sitting on top of patterns. Everything looks good. REMX, same thing. We gap down, momentum's coming back up, and we're on support of that trend line there. SPX, gap down, came on up a little bit. Still finished a little bit lower today. Just a sideways day. Same with NASDAQ. Momentum could still head lower. Emerging markets above support. Right here above support. Still looking good to move higher in my opinion. XHB still looking good to move on higher. Looks like we got a little bit of resistance right where we're at if you were kind of looking to go across like that. Moo also finding some support right at the support line. We gapped down, was bought up and pushed or pulled to the upside, however you want to call it. Still looks good to go up. Copper down, nice big wick at the bottom. It was bought up towards the end of the day. You can see the selling pressure, and it was bought up towards the end of the day. That's what caused that wick. And hopefully we can get a bounce to the upside, but we're still within the pattern. Iron ore, a little bit more selling pressure on iron ore. Is this going to complete? Could we complete before heading higher? It's possible. You get 1, 2, and then number 3. I'll leave that there. Nickel, right there, slightly lower today. Yeah, it looks okay. We're right above support. Aluminum down slightly, still above the support level here. It's a down day. Baltic Dry Index slightly higher, still looks good to move on up. I like it. Newcastle Coal slightly higher, it's spacing out. I actually like a lot of the coal companies in the general location where they're at. And then Bitcoin definitely looks a lot better, getting a nice big buying pressure today. We could move to the upside here in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Nice big buying pressure today, looks quite strong. So highlights of the day, oil is looking good, nat gas is looking good, energy service is looking good. The weaker sectors, I would say gold and silver, they're looking a little bit weaker, and platinum. We could have a little bit of a pullback there. Copper is still within the pattern. you know, a lot of like generally when we get to these sectors, you get a chart pattern break to the upside, like uranium has. I just buy it and I hold on. That's simple. And then you just wait, and you're gonna have all these movements up and down, lots of volatility. I'm doing the same thing with oil and gas, just been holding on and riding. Um, and that's what I'm seeing in the markets. There are opportunities I think that are going to come up in the precious metals mining companies as they're down right now, and they're still sitting on top of patterns. That is generally where I buy. I buy on retests or back tests, and sometimes you have to wait a little bit for these things to take off, and other times, sometimes they take off immediately. We've got the energy service companies have done very well for us. The energy exploration companies are doing well. Those are all looking very good. I would be, looking ahead. I think there's going to be some opportunities over in the precious metals mining companies. I am still positive on them. We're very low on that TYX TNX ratio. We're down very low in that ratio, and that's generally a good time for an accumulator. That's, let's say you've got a longer time horizon. Good time to accumulate there in certain positions on that TYX TNX ratio and just wait for that yield curve to uninvert. It might take some time though, but it's not a horrible time to be looking and watching the sector. And if you're on top of broken patterns, you break out of a pattern and you're doing a retest, that's generally where I like to look for particular companies. We'll go over that too with the midweek update tomorrow. I'll go over those companies that I think look good, what I would be buying, what I would be nibbling on. And yeah, that's all I've got for today, guys. So thumb up for the content, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.